The Spanish royal family has once again found itself at the center of attention, but this time not because of political protocol or official engagements, but due to a deeply personal and transformative decision made by Princess Leonor. The young heir to the Spanish throne, admired across Europe for her poise, discipline, and modern approach to duty, has reached a turning point that is reshaping her relationship with her mother, Queen Letizia. For many years, their bond has been portrayed as both tender and unwavering, a connection that gave Leonor the stability and guidance she needed as the future Queen of Spain. Yet now, a new chapter has opened, one that involves distance, sacrifice, and the undeniable pain of separation, even when done for growth. Princess Leonor has long been recognized as one of the most promising heirs in Europe. Since her childhood, she has been carefully guided by Queen Letizia, who ensured that her daughter grew up not only with an awareness of royal responsibility but also with the values of discipline, empathy, and resilience. Queen Letizia, a former journalist who became one of the most scrutinized royal figures after marrying King Felipe VI, always made Leonor and her younger sister, Infanta Sofia, her top priority. Unlike many royal mothers who delegated much of their children's upbringing to nannies and courtiers, Letizia took a more hands-on role. She was present in every detail of Leonor's education, every milestone, and every decision that would shape her character. This closeness between mother and daughter is part of what makes Leonor's current decision so significant. Because it is not just about choosing a path for herself, it is about stepping into independence while knowing it means physical distance from the woman who has been her anchor since childhood. It marks a bittersweet reality. The heiress is no longer just the daughter of Queen Letizia, she is now undeniably stepping into her own role as a future monarch, with responsibilities that demand personal sacrifice. Observers have noted that this transition has been coming for years. Leonor began to prepare for royal life early, with language studies, cultural exposure, and education in both Spain and abroad. But the clearest signal of her independence was her enrollment in military training, a tradition for heirs to the Spanish throne. This decision placed her in a demanding environment, where discipline and loyalty to the crown outweigh personal comfort. And yet, through it all, Queen Letizia remained by her side, encouraging her daughter to stay strong even when the training was grueling and the separation from home was difficult. Now, Leonor has chosen to extend her journey in a way that requires even more distance from her family, especially her mother. Reports suggest that this stage of her preparation will take her away from the royal palace and from the daily warmth of family life she has always known. For Leonor, it is a step that symbolizes growth, resilience, and maturity. For Queen Letizia, it is a test of letting go, of trusting that the foundation she laid for her daughter will carry her forward. Such moments are never easy for any parent, but they are especially poignant when the child in question is destined to carry the weight of an entire monarchy on her shoulders. The decision highlights an important truth: the life of a royal is not filled only with privilege and glamour. It is also a life of sacrifice, duty, and emotional challenges that often remain hidden behind palace walls. For Leonor, being separated from her family, particularly her mother, at such a formative stage is a profound emotional trial. Yet it is also a reminder of what it means to be a future queen, placing the needs of the country and the monarchy above personal desires. Still, it would be wrong to see this as a cold or distant choice. Those close to the Spanish royal family emphasize that Leonor remains deeply affectionate and maintains constant communication with her parents and her sister. Queen Letizia, in turn, continues to be a guiding presence, even from afar. Their bond is not broken by distance, rather, it is tested and strengthened by it. Every milestone Leonor achieves is also a reflection of the values instilled by her mother. What makes this story resonate with so many is that it reflects a universal theme: the moment when a child, no matter how cherished, must step away from the protection of their parents to build their own path. In the case of Leonor and Letizia, this moment is magnified by the fact that the world is watching. Every decision Leonor makes carries symbolic weight, and every gesture by Queen Letizia is interpreted as both maternal and regal. It is a delicate balance between personal emotion and public duty. Spanish citizens and royal watchers alike have expressed admiration for Leonor's determination. Many view her as a breath of fresh air, someone who embodies both tradition and modernity. Her decision to accept the challenges of independence shows that she is not afraid of responsibility, even when it comes at a personal cost. For Queen Letizia, this admiration is bittersweet. On one hand, she must feel immense pride in her daughter's courage. On the other, she must reconcile with the fact that Leonor's growth means learning to live without her constant presence. The significance of this moment extends beyond the family dynamic. For the Spanish monarchy, Leonor's choice signals stability and continuity. At a time when monarchies across Europe face scrutiny, criticism, and even calls for reform, Leonor represents a future built on dedication and sacrifice. Her willingness to embrace her duties wholeheartedly reassures the nation that the crown will be in capable hands. This is not a distant, disconnected heir, but one who is already proving she understands the seriousness of her role. Yet behind this institutional reassurance lies the very human story of a young woman and her mother. Queen Letizia has always been described as fiercely protective of her daughters, shielding them from unnecessary exposure while preparing them for inevitable scrutiny. Now, she must navigate the complex emotions of pride and sadness as she watches Leonor become more independent. Their affection has never been questioned, and those who have witnessed their interactions know the separation will be deeply felt on both sides. This is why Leonor's decision is being described as a turning point. It is not merely about education, training, or protocol. It is about the evolution of her identity as both a daughter and a future queen. It is about the emotional cost of monarchy, a cost that is rarely seen but always present. And it is about the courage to step forward even when the step means leaving behind the comfort of closeness. The Spanish people, who have grown accustomed to seeing Leonor beside her mother at important events, will soon see less of these moments. This does not mean the bond is broken, but rather that the future queen is preparing for a life in which she must often walk alone. For many, this is both inspiring and poignant, a reminder that even those born into privilege cannot escape the trials of personal growth. Leonor's path is now clear. She is embracing her role with both determination and grace. But in doing so, she has also revealed the profound humanity behind the crown. The world may see her as the Princess of Asturias, the heir to the Spanish throne, but at heart, she is also a young woman experiencing the universal challenge of independence. And Queen Letizia, though a queen, is also a mother who must learn to let go. Together, their story resonates far beyond the palace walls, offering a glimpse into the emotional realities of royal life that few ever see. Princess Leonor's bold decision has reshaped the narrative of the Spanish monarchy, turning it into a story not just of power and tradition but of sacrifice, love, and courage. It is a defining moment that speaks to the essence of what it means to serve a nation while still holding on to the bonds of family. And as Spain looks to its future queen, one cannot help but wonder how this journey will continue to shape her and her relationship with the mother who has been her guiding light. Princess Leonor's path is being written before our very eyes, and each step she takes is setting the tone for the monarchy she will one day inherit. Her choice to embrace independence, even at the cost of separation from Queen Letizia, reflects not just her personal maturity but also her awareness of the expectations placed upon her. Unlike many heirs of the past who stumbled under the pressure of duty, Leonor is showing Spain and the world that she is prepared to shoulder responsibility with both humility and strength. This has created a wave of respect not only within her own country but also among royal watchers across Europe who see in her the embodiment of a modern monarch in the making. For Queen Letizia, this evolution is filled with complex emotions. As a mother, she has always placed Leonor and Sofia above everything else. Even when her role as queen demanded long hours of protocol, ceremonies, and public appearances, she never allowed her daughters to feel neglected. Her approach has always been nurturing yet firm, preparing Leonor to be not just a princess but a leader capable of commanding respect. Now, seeing her daughter step into that role, Letizia must feel both the pride of success and the ache of absence. Few bonds in the royal world are as visibly close as that between Letizia and Leonor, and this makes the separation all the more poignant. Observers note that this distance is not merely physical but symbolic. It represents the gradual transfer of responsibility from mother to daughter, a generational shift that every monarchy must face. King Felipe himself went through similar experiences under the guidance of King Juan Carlos and Queen Sofia. But Leonor's journey has a different tone because of Letizia's background. As someone who entered the royal family from a career in journalism and a non-aristocratic upbringing, Queen Letizia has always approached motherhood with an intensity that blends her protective instincts with her understanding of how public scrutiny can affect her children. She knows firsthand the relentless gaze of the media, and she has fought tirelessly to shield her daughters while still preparing them for the inevitability of that scrutiny. Now, her daughter must live out that reality, standing not as the child of the queen but as a leader in her own right. This is why Leonor's decision is so striking. it signals her readiness to transition from being protected to becoming the protector of the institution itself. For Spain, this is a reassuring image, a young princess stepping forward with conviction at a time when monarchies are under constant pressure to prove their relevance. Leonor is not merely fulfilling expectations, she is surpassing them by showing resilience and grace in the face of emotional challenges. The Spanish public has responded with admiration and sympathy. Many parents see in Letizia's situation a reflection of their own lives, watching a beloved child leave home to build a future, whether through studies, work, or military service. The difference, of course, is that Leonor's path is not a private one. Every decision is magnified, every expression captured, every step analyzed. Yet in this scrutiny, Spaniards also find reassurance. They see a young woman who does not shy away from sacrifice, who is willing to walk the difficult road for the good of her nation. Internationally, too, Leonor's choices are being compared to those of other young royals, such as Princess Elizabeth of Belgium or Princess Catharina Amalia of the Netherlands. Like them, Leonor is embracing preparation that goes beyond ceremonial appearances. Her dedication to training and education underscores the seriousness with which she approaches her role. And while Queen Letizia may feel the sting of separation, she can take comfort in knowing her daughter is earning not just the admiration of Spain but also the respect of the world. Still, the emotional weight of this moment cannot be understated. The images of Leonor and Letizia together, whether at family events, official ceremonies, or quiet appearances, speak volumes about the depth of their bond. Now, those images will become rarer, replaced instead with glimpses of Leonor carrying out duties on her own. It is a reminder that royalty, despite its elegance, often comes at the cost of personal closeness. Yet it is also a reminder of the strength that defines both mother and daughter. For Leonor, the courage to step forward; for Letizia, the grace to let her daughter go while cheering her from afar. As Spain prepares to watch its young princess continue her journey, one thing is certain: the story of Princess Leonor and Queen Letizia is not just about monarchy, it is about the timeless balance between family and duty, love and sacrifice, closeness and independence. It is a story that resonates across generations and across borders because at its heart, it is the story of a mother and daughter navigating the inevitable moment when one must take flight and the other must watch with both pride and longing. And so the world watches, not just with curiosity but with admiration, as Princess Leonor's path unfolds, carrying with it the legacy of Queen Letizia's love and guidance. The question that remains, as always, is how this defining step will continue to shape not only Leonor's destiny as queen but also the enduring bond she shares with her mother. If you found this story powerful, don't forget to like, share, and comment your thoughts below. And of course, subscribe to stay updated on the latest royal news and untold stories from the world's most fascinating families.